Imagine if there's less blood flow and less lymphatic flow and energy in
Mhm.
general, the tissue isn't going to be as healthy.
Correct. And that can lead to the pain that I was mentioning. So
Okay.
lead to symptoms of pain, inflammation. It can also, it's not always local, right? So the scar itself can be blocking something. We are a holistic systemic being, right? And our bodies are dynamic and everything is interconnected via fascia. And so if the scar is holding one area of the body, it can cause other problems in other areas that are, we don't always identify as related to that scar. So I have, for example, I've treated scars in the abdomen and seen people have resolution in hip pain. That's actually how neural therapy was first like discovered back in like the 1930s or 40s by the Huneke brothers. They were injecting a scar with protein for an unrelated reason, like the neural therapy wasn't a thing yet, and they had someone's frozen shoulder completely resolve from one injection. And that was kind of like the aha moment, like, oh, what did we just do?
Mm-hmm.
And so the Huneke brothers were kind of the founding fathers of what is modern neural therapy, and started just researching it. And
Mm-hmm.
back in the day, they could do that in another country. So,
Well, yeah,
um,
that is really true. And
yeah,
that's how some of the best things are discovered, right? They're used for something else. And then they say, oh my gosh, that's resolved this pain
yeah.
and this pain, but hey, let's continue to try it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so yeah, that's basically it. Like the symptoms can be local, and usually if they are, it's a known like, oh, this scar hurts. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
tender to touch. It's like cold often. That's a good
Mm-hmm.
sign that there's a blockage or an interference field. Is that there's a temperature difference, maybe even a discoloration.
Okay.
And so that those are signs that it's definitely a blockage. And I will say, like, not all scars are equal. Not every scar means there is a blockage. Often very superficial scars won't cause the same level of blockage, right? So like
Hmm.
a superficial burn isn't going to be as deep, and scarring causes much of a systemic reaction or blockage as like a penetrative wound, like a surgical, like laparoscopy or
Mm-hmm.
arthroscopy, where they're literally penetrating a surgical instrument into the abdomen or a joint or something. So those penetrative wounds tend to be a little bit more intense and cause these disturbances than superficial.
Okay, so then the deeper the surgery, I mean, I think about, some things I've had removed, precancerous stuff versus a mastectomy and multiple reconstructions. Those are going to be deeper scars than maybe getting something burned off from my
Yeah,
dermatologist. Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, although any scar can do it, it
Hmm.
also, it depends what's going on at the time. Like, again, everything in our body is related, and we're talking about the autonomic nervous system, which controls everything in our body. So if you're in like a very like stressful point in your life or a very emotional moment, and this burn happens, like say it's you're worried it's like a melanoma or something, and you're
Hmm.
having this treatment done, like a wound burned off or cut off, that could be a very emotionally scarring. And then there's this like emotional inference field, right? And so scars
Wow.
literally can hold emotions as well. And so that's part of what we're breaking up in the treatment too.
Wow. So if you go into a surgery and you're highly stressed about the outcome or just nervous or all those things, that could impact your scarring?
Well, it can impact the inference field, the
Right.
disturbance.
Right.
So one of the most common scars I do is like a C-section cesarean scar. And
Mm-hmm.
often, as we know, C-sections are unplanned, and it's a very stressful moment for mom and baby. And those are usually highly emotional scars. And you actually, on the table, I will have emotional reaction from the woman that I'm treating. So it's not uncommon that when I'm treating a wound that has an emotional tie to it, that will actually
Mm-hmm.
get that emotional response. And that's part of the release that happens. That's part of the blockage, the inference field that's being released in the treatment.
Mm-hmm.
And so I will often warn patients if we're doing a scar that has a lot of highly emotional ties to it. And that's part of like the intake that I'm doing with the patient when we're doing the initial consult for the treatment, is like
Right.
getting their history and what brought them to me. Like, why are we treating this scar or this
Hmm.
symptom with neural therapy? Yeah. So
Okay.
it's very individualized
Very
treatment.
individual, right. And we all, what you're talking about just reminds me how important our mind is in all aspects of healing. So if there's a way for us to learn to do a better job with breathing and meditation and figuring out things that bring you joy, that can really help with healing. So if you're going into a surgery, figuring out how to manage that stress before going into the surgery, having a support team around you, people you can talk to, sounds like it all plays a role.
Yeah, I mean, chronic problems are often driven by autonomic dysregulation. So
Mhm.
that is like in modern society, how we are leaning towards more of that fight or flight, or that sympathetic response. It can lead to these chronic issues like fatigue, chronic infections, depression, AFib. Like, so many different things can lead to um, these chronic issues, or compound them from dysautonomia, basically, like
Okay.
the chronic stress. So
Sure.
yeah, our
Okay.
thoughts, everything influences, definitely.
Everything does.